My working day. My working day starts very early. From Monday to Friday, I get up at 3:30, and I have a shower and a cup of coffee. I usually leave the house at 4:10 because the car always arrives a few minutes early. I get to the studio at about 5 o'clock and start work. My program Good Morning Britain starts at 7 o'clock and finishes at 9 o'clock. Then I leave the studio at 10:15. After that, I go shopping and visit some friends. I get home at 3 o'clock. A woman helps me with the housework and the ironing. I read a newspaper and do some work. Then, my husband gets home at 5:30 in the evening, and I cook dinner. We stay at home in the evening. We don't go out because I go to bed very early. We usually watch television, and then I go to bed at 8:30. I'm usually asleep by 9 o'clock. I think my job is very interesting, but I don't like getting up very early. Tom's day. On Sunday, Tom gets up at 10 o'clock. Then he reads his newspaper in the kitchen. He has breakfast at 11:30, and then he telephones his mother in Scotland. In the afternoon at 1 o'clock, Tom plays tennis with his sister, and after that, they eat dinner in a restaurant. At 6 o'clock, Tom swims for 1 hour, and then he goes by bike to his brother's house. They talk and listen to music. Tom watches television in the evening and drinks a glass of warm milk. He goes to bed at 11:30. My name is John. My name is John and I come from Australia. I am 27 years old, and I live in a small town near Sydney called Branton. I don't have any job now, but normally I clean shop windows. I am not married, but I live with my beautiful girlfriend, Daniela, in a nice house in Branton. We don't have any children. My girlfriend is an actress, but she isn't very famous. She acts in a small theater in our town. At the weekend, we like to go swimming in a big lake near our house. I normally get up at 7 o'clock, but on Thursday I get up at 6 o'clock, because that is the day when I go running in the park. I like living in Branton because it's not too big. There are some historical buildings in the center of the town, and near Branton, there is a river where I go fishing sometimes when I want to relax. Tony from New York. I'm Tony and I live in New York with my parents and my sisters. I'm the youngest in my family. I turned 13 last month. My sisters are Martina, 16, and Betta, 19. Betta's very serious and she always tells me what to do, I guess because she's the oldest. I go to a nice school not too far from our home, and I really enjoy it. I have a lot of friends there, and I enjoy studying. My best subject is geography, probably because it's the easiest too. My most difficult subject is math. I'm terrible, and I don't like my teacher. I love playing sports, especially basketball. I'm the tallest player on the school team, and I usually play really well. It's the happiest part of my day. My coach says that one day I could play professional basketball. On the weekend, I spend a lot of time with my friends Ralph and Kurt. We do everything together, and they are the most important people in my life, apart from my family, of course. The Paris journalist. Mr. Bright is a journalist from Paris. He is married to Jennifer, and they have 3 children. They have 2 boys, Pony and Daniel, and a daughter, Melissa. Mr. Bright is 37 years old. He has short black hair, and he has a beard. Jennifer has large glasses, and she has long blonde hair. Pony is 11. He has short black hair, like his father. He is tall. His brother, Daniel, has fair hair and is not very tall. He is 10 years old. Their sister, Melissa, is 15. She has beautiful long black hair. She has a new car. She is very happy. The Bright family have a Labrador dog, Benji. They have a small apartment in Paris. The postcard. Dear Roger, this vacation is wonderful. The island is beautiful and the weather is hot and sunny every day. I arrived on Saturday morning and went to the beach immediately. I took a long swim and then sunbathed all afternoon. After that, I sat under my umbrella and listened to the CD you bought me for my birthday. On Sunday, I met some boys from Turkey, and we played beach volleyball with some of the local people. They are all very friendly. Yesterday I went shopping and I bought you a nice present. I hope you like it. See you when I get home. The town of Bridport. Bridport is a large town. It has more than 60,000 people living there. It sits next to a large river, the Bridport River. Every day, people take the ferry from North Bridport to South Bridport to go to work. Most people live in North Bridport. There are many trees and the streets are very broad. When the sun shines and the children run and play in the safe streets, North Bridport is a wonderful place to live. South Bridport has a lot of shops and factories. People don't live there, but they come in the morning to work. There is also a big stadium where the Bridport Tigers play. On Sundays, many people go to watch their favorite team. At the weekend, the people from Bridport enjoy walking along the bank of the Bridport River. They also sail small boats on the water, and if there is a little wind, they fly kites in the large park. Every year, Bridport grows in size because a lot of people come to live there. The government builds more houses and the streets get busier. Maybe in the future, if the town continues to grow, it will become a city. Junior's vacation. Junior had a terrible day yesterday. It was the day of his vacation to Portugal, but it was a nightmare. He left the house at 10 o'clock in the morning and caught a taxi to the airport. Junior went to the check-in with his luggage. When the man who worked for the airline asked for his passport, Junior became very upset. Where was his passport? Junior realized he didn't have his passport with him. What a disaster! He jumped back into the taxi and told the driver to take him home. The driver drove quickly and Junior arrived back at his house in 20 minutes. He ran into the house and went into his bedroom. He found his passport on the bedside table and left the house again. But the taxi wasn't there. Where was the taxi? Junior jumped up and down angrily. I don't believe it. The taxi left, he shouted. He ran down the street and looked for another taxi. After a few minutes, Junior found another taxi and told the driver to take him to the airport as quickly as possible. The traffic on the roads was very bad and, unfortunately, Junior's taxi arrived at the airport late. His plane left for Portugal at 11:30 and Junior missed it. He was very sad and went to speak to the airline. They promised to get him a seat on an evening flight and Junior went home on another taxi to wait. My garden. Hello everyone. This is my garden. It's so huge and also very wide. On one side, there is the Brown family and on the other side, there is the Smith family. I like both my neighbors. There is a lot of grass in my garden. Now, it's October and the grass is long and thick. I also have 3 trees in the garden. There is a young lemon tree which is very small. It doesn't have any fruit. Then, there is a peach tree. There aren't many peaches this year because of the cold weather in April and May. The third tree is an apple tree. Apples always grow well in this area and the tree is full of big green apples. Tomorrow, I want to make a big apple pie. There are 2 animals in the garden at the moment. Maxell is my pit bull dog. Many people think pit bulls are dangerous, but Maxell is very friendly and everybody loves him. He's 6 years old. Playing with Maxell is Hector, our beautiful white cat. He's nearly 8 years old. There are many other colors in my summer garden. In December, when it's cold and gray, it's not a very happy place, but now in October, it's wonderful. There are the red roses, and we have other flowers that are green and yellow. There is a large tent in the middle of the grass, a huge purple tent. That's because my brother, Lunth, likes camping, but my mother doesn't want him to go camping. So he sleeps in the purple tent. Lunth is only 5 years old, so I think my mother is right. Camping in the garden is safe for an 5-year-old. Queenstown. Queens is a very historic town in the south of England. The Romans arrived in Queens 2,000 years ago, and they stayed for 300 years. Even today, you can still see many signs of the Romans. There is still the large city wall that they built with its 3 gates, main, east and south. The wall is not complete, but you can still see the 3 gates. Many tourists comes to Queens to see the Roman ruins. Queens is famous for its history, but it's also a modern town with 55,000 people. They work in many types of jobs. The most common occupation is tourism, but there are also many people who work in the local car factory. The factory makes sports cars that are exported all over the world. There is another factory in Queens, and in this factory, 400 people work, and they make microwave ovens. Queens also has a small football team which is not very successful, and a basketball team that is more successful. The basketball team won the regional championship 3 years ago, and one of their players, Daniel Moon, played 3 times for England. He still lives in Queens. He wants to return to play for Queens basketball team before he retires. Another famous Queens resident is the Hollywood movie star Lee Harley. He left Queens when he was 13 years old, but returns every summer to visit his family. Lee's school, Queens Middle School, now has a small theater named after Lee. Lee gave his school some money to build the theater. Maybe in the future, there will be other famous actors from Queens. Andrea and his stomach. Andrea works in a restaurant in the center of Santiago. He goes to work at 6 o'clock, but yesterday at 5 o'clock, he wasn't on the bus, he was in a taxi going to the hospital. He was very sick. Usually, he works in the kitchen all evening, but yesterday he wasn't in the kitchen. He was in the X-ray department of the hospital because the doctors were worried about his stomach pains. Normally, at 11 o'clock, Andrea takes a bus to go home after finishing at the restaurant, but yesterday at 11 o'clock, he was still in the hospital, and he was still unhappy and sick. He was in a bed and he was very hot with 39 degrees. Was he worried? Yes, he was. In the morning, he was better and the doctors were pleased. What was the problem? It was bad food from his restaurant. Ambitious Mariella. Mariella Dexter is a young student who lives in Los Angeles, in the west of the USA. Now, she is 16 and is studying at her local high school, but she already has big plans for her future. After she finishes high school next year, she's going to study at a big college in California. She's very excited about it. She's going to live in San Diego, her favorite city. She's going to study marine biology, which means she is going to learn about all the animals that live in the sea. And San Diego is the perfect place to study marine biology, because the Pacific Ocean is very near, and there is the wonderful sea world there, where you can see sharks and seals and many other sea animals. What is she going to do after she finishes her 6-year course in San Diego? I'm going to become a famous biologist and save the oceans, Mariella says.